Jonathan Kaiser, what is the biggest risk?
I think for me, it's not an insurance answer, even though what you do is extremely valuable. And without it, companies put themselves at risk, which never seems like a big deal until you need it. And then you need it badly. For me, the biggest risk is cultural dilution. And it's something that I'm very actively aware of daily. There are so many times that I'm tempted to choose revenue over culture, whether it's because I have to let somebody go, which are some of the biggest lessons I've learned in the past of somebody talks a good game. You think there's somebody that's wired for service, but then they get in and you realize that it was just a really good sales job they used to get in the door. And making sure that people are living it, right? It's easy for people to get busy and forget that we're committed to these 15 core operating principles, and that's what makes us special. So cultural dilution as we scale, I think, is the biggest risk, because if we dilute our culture, then we're just another real estate firm, and ruthlessness springs up, and everything that I set out to change goes away. And that's part of why this book is so important to me, right? It's like in it, we describe the 3 levels of reinvention, which is an inside-out reinvention. It's you start with yourself, then you reinvent your company culture around service, and then you reinvent your relationship with your stakeholders. And it has to be that inside-out thing. And one of the things that we've done here recently is, as we've built this firm, people would come through our space and say, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. How have you guys done this? How can I do this in my own organizations?" So we've launched the Kaiser Institute, and the Kaiser Institute is designed to train, empower, and certify the next generation of selfless leader. In the future, there will be a Kaiser certification where, just like somebody gets an MBA or a black belt in Six Sigma, they'll have a Kaiser certification, which means they know how to go in and affect change around culture within organizations. And we'll also have one for the organizations themselves. So companies come to me and they say, "I want to be Kaiser certified. I want to show that that we live these values." And so again, at the end of the day, it's my biggest risk is that we get away from what got us here, that we get away from the vision of changing the business world through selfless service and proving that you don't have to be ruthless to win. I mean, my whole mantra is success through service, not serve and go broke, but succeed through service, not in the short game necessarily, but in the long game. And imagine a world, I can just envision a world so clearly where the best and the brightest spend their days selflessly helping other people, not because they think it's the right thing to do, but because they get at a deep level that it's in their own personal best interest to do so. That world excites me. That's a world I want to be a part of. And that's a world I wake up every morning and try to help create.